In this episode, we see our nation finally go over 200,000. I think we have done it before, but it's back over 200,000 and we continue to expand hectare stock. Stay tuned. Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and the Resources Soviet Republic. This is our brand new nuclear compound, which was finished. It's another year has gone by. We've gone through the snow, and it's again in March, just after going into summer now. During that winter period, we fully constructed this. I made a couple of tweaks, like add some parking in there. That's something that I constantly keep forgetting to do. But other than that, pretty much all good. We built it by probably mostly the helicopters, construction officers, and now it's fully operational. This one, I don't think I've switched on yet. Ambulances have not arrived. Yeah, we still need more ambulances everywhere. But other than that, we're starting to see the uranium ore being delivered at a fairly reasonable pace, so that we seem to be constantly in production, and that is moving the uranium oxide to the conversion plant over here, where we are creating UF6 at a reasonable rate. Yeah, absolutely. Our current production is at a pretty high rate over here. So we are producing a fair bit of UF6. Then trucks move UF6 to our various facilities over here, and you can see we've got a fair bit of UF6 available here, and no UF6 available over here. I think that's because, the route is ongoing. We have chemicals. Yeah, this is filled up with chemicals. So I think once this is completely filled up with UF6, is that UF6? Yeah, that's UF6 as well. Then we'll see more and more nuclear fuel being produced. Nuclear fuel is then moved to this facility here, again by trucks. So we can, in fact, pick it up by train, or actually, there's a little piece here that's not been built. Can we get a construction office to come in and do its thing? Yeah, let's do that. So let's get that built. But I can also just pick it up by truck and move it to the border over here and sell it to the Western or the NATO forces or whatever they are called in this game. Everything else is pretty good. Now, one of the things that I did start to notice with this game is that we are running out of food pretty quickly. And considering we've got a pretty decent population now, almost back at the 200,000 mark, I think food is going to be the next big thing for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the game while we quickly develop a food compound of sorts. And I think in this location, I'm quite happy to do a food compound over here. Well, wouldn't really be a compound. And I'm wondering if I'm just going to provide grain from over there. What is our grain price over here in crops? $7,000. I think that's going to be fine. There's even some tourists available here. What does that actually mean? Oh, it's just the extra line. Excellent. There's tourists available there. Awesome. So that's one of the things that I think we need to do pretty urgently. So let's quickly see about that. So if I go to food factories, there we go. That's our food factory. It creates how much? How much pollution does it create? Oh, only 2 tons. Yeah, we can put that nice and close to this area. Something like that. We should be able to quite easily get a little walkway over here. Actually, let's move it in a little bit like this. So we'll do a food factory. Let's just go back and have a double check of the things here. So it takes 250 workers. It creates 30 tons of food from 62 tons of crops. This one is about 2/3 of that. So absolutely happy with this guy. The question that I have always with these things is, do I go ahead and place it like that. We can plan it out. And then we'll need to provide some form of storage when we do that at the same time. Okay, so let's go to storages. Oh, I have to come over here. I don't have this one favorited. If we go to storage, we can do crop and food in the same stuff. But I would like to just at least make sure we have a decent size here. So this does about 500 tons. So yeah, that should be a pretty good one. What's the size of that? That's not bad. So the question is, we don't actually need people to be popping into that. So let's delete that. Okay, we go and grab our big storage block over here. We'll do a little something like that. Probably that'll work. This should also allow us, actually let's pull it back just a tad, like so. Now we'll go for the food factory. Could of course turn it, yeah, actually. That's about right, and I think we should have people able to walk here. That'll be the plan ultimately. So there we go. That'll be our food production. Now, if we wanted to, I just want to make sure that we can, in fact, do a road cargo station also. Yes, it does work. I think it works. We might have to do it this way. Actually, we may do it this way. Okay, let's turn that out a little so we can actually see whether we've got a workable connection. Oh, yeah, of course we've got a workable connection over here. Yeah, I like that. I like that as an option. So now I've actually got a road cargo station that works over there. So let's quickly tie in our road connections. This one is potentially our most important one because it's where the crops will be delivered. So if we do that, we do that, and most notably we then also do this. And I may maintain this road for potential use in other facilities as well that we would like to build in this area. So something like that makes a lot of sense. Again, as per usual, I'm going to go ahead and pay for the roads. The rest I think we can kind of build ourselves. But let's get the helicopter construction officers involved in doing that. Yeah, I think that's all good. So there we go. That's a bit of a food compound. Oh, the one thing that we did need to check before we get too carried away with this is if I'm going to... I was thinking multiple footpaths here, right? So if we do that... Yeah, so that'll be a pretty decent straight line to there. So that should work. We can at the same time tie in some of these things, and we could definitely run a bit of a connection through that way. So that should work. What I'll also do is I'll also just go and run. How shall I run this? There we go. Something like that, I think, is appropriate. And I'm going to go ahead and pay for that. So we'll get those two built up. As soon as we get the auto soap. Oh, actually, that path is being well utilized already by other things. So yes, that's a 250 meter walk over there. We get a fair number of these buildings linked up, but yes, as I can now see, we don't actually have the through connections here. So what we'll do, I'll build a few through connections. Oh, of course, I need to go halfway. Can we, for instance, yeah, they're too close to actually make that work, but they can get in on some of these, yeah, but that's going to be ultimately an issue. This one could work. I think they're a little further away. Would you, come on, get myself a connection here that would make sense. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Here, it seems, will work. Excellent. That's actually good outcome. Ooh. We do that. Oh, crap. That works. This one's not going to get a connection. This one's getting one. That one's not getting it. Anyway, we do a few of those things. Ooh, this one. Not sure we're going to get. Well. I think that should do the trick. Yeah, actually, this would work. So we should be able to tie these in terms of distances. I think that would be quite useful for us overall. Okay, let's go ahead and pay for those. So with those paths in place, let's go back and have another look. I think we're going to get a little bit more now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, we've got a lot more access now. Plus, we've got access to the train station. So this should be an awesome spot to make sure that we continuously provide food. Now, let's get the construction underway. Okay, what's going on here? And we would like to assign construction. I mean, IC6 is a little far away. So let's get IC4 involved. Actually, let's just do both of the IC4 ones at both of these. These won't be able to. Interesting that it says it will work, but anyway, I don't mind the bit of infrastructure over there. Happy for us to actually just go and pay for these little connections, and we'll get the building sorted out now. So we wouldn't need to have any other kind of bus facilities over here to sort that out. Have another look over here. Our uranium ore is consistently being filled up. Got a low worker number here at the moment, though. So anyway, we may have to bring in some more trains to run passengers, I believe, because these trains are not actually coping. But I don't want bigger trains than these, though. Or do I? The fact that I'm running these guys, because they can be pretty slow, 100 kilometers an hour, though, you shouldn't be able to really go quicker than this in this area. So let's see if they can actually. No, I mean, he's going to turn off here straight away. So going quicker than that, I'm not sure if that's even a feasible option. That's an interesting one. These are spaced a little closer together now. Oh, actually, it's going full steam ahead, even on these turns. It's doing 100 through there. Wow. Not even slowing down for the turn? My goodness. Look at my designs. Okay, so that's basically it. I think I'll get a few extras in the queue. Just maybe get a third one to run that. So let's go back over here to our queue. What are we building? Yes, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll grab one more of these guys to go into the queue, and I will move this guy over here. I don't have them there at the moment, and we will move out some of this stuff. See, ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. I just want to move these guys over here. So let me clear the line. And what I'm suggesting is you... Actually, I believe there's nothing in any of them, right? So yeah, just move to the next one that's going to be less difficult for you to get to. Awesome. What I'll also do is I will move all of these hoppers, because we may be using the hoppers again now. Clear that out. Not this one, but let's move it to that one. What? Oh, yes, of course. Oh, no, that one's not the one we're going to. Let's go to the final one there. I mean, not the final one, the second to the final one. As soon as that guy clears, we'll be able to go this way. Nice. So now we have some locomotives available. We've got a fair number of the boxcars. This guy should please come back and load up on some stuff. And then from there, what are we having the most of here? I think you can go to that one over there and make a start. Thank you. Excellent. So that'll clear the stuff over there. We're getting another one starting. Okay. Our population is at 198, almost 199,000. So we've managed to sort out the issue. I believe it was food related. Let's quickly go to the central hub and see what our situation is with food. At the moment, food is at about, it's probably double that. So it's about 440 tons of food, which is better than we had. This thing actually ran out in the previous episode, I believe. Lots of alcohol, lots of clothes available. Electronics is good enough. Chemicals is starting to drop off a little bit, and we may need to have a look at providing some more chemicals. All the others are all good. Let's quickly pop in here where I believe our chemicals are being produced. Oh, no, this is plastics. And we're missing oil. Okay, so we may have to have a look at what's happening with our oil, but even though our plastic production is not in need of urgent help. Where are we doing chemicals? Okay, yeah, chemicals are coming from two different places. We've got a chemical facility not over here, but over here. We're producing chemicals. No, we're producing plastics. Here's chemicals. And we're not exporting. Yeah, we're basically not exporting enough. Point-to-point chemical train will fix that situation. We're also producing chemicals over here. And that one should be dropping off chemicals in this location. So yeah, this is being moved fairly effectively, but we could do with another train that moves chemicals to the other. Or actually, the chemicals might be over here. Yeah, chemicals are being dropped off over here. So one of these trains would be taking the chemicals. That's 15 tons of chemicals going up. Yeah, so okay, so that's in fact what is happening over here. All good. That guy's picking up his new things there. Okay, so that seems pretty reasonable. Our nation is, there's so much. We've built so much in this game. So much. Okay, one of the next things that I would like to do while those things are under construction is I want to plan out a little bit more residential space. Just want to have a look here. We are in need of yet another kindergarten over here. So we'll do a little bit of that, but I wouldn't mind getting a few more residential buildings in this location, as long as we can get our walkability sorted out over here. So yeah, we won't necessarily, actually, what we'll do is we'll pop it in this side here. We'll be closer to the action on this side, and it'll be closer to that also. So let's get a few more residential buildings placed over here. So I'll go for something like that. That's 200 workers. that's this consistent with what we've built over here, is it? No, not quite. But it's okay. Let's not get too big. Let's not go too crazy with the buildings. I do like kind of building them at a bit of an angle. Like that. That should do the trick for us. Actually, let's offset it a little bit. So that we can squeeze that one in there. Yeah, absolutely. So that seems to work pretty well. So that's an extra 1,600 spots right there. And what we would like to do, of course, is make sure that we've got multiple connections running. We also need some kindergartens. So let's just, before we get the connections going through, let's just get the kindergartens in place. Because I do need those kindergartens to be up and running all the time. So something like this should provide us pretty reasonable kindergarten access, like that, and we probably need one more on the other side. There we go. Something like that should do the trick quite nicely. Now what we'll do is let's get some connections through here. Oh, actually, that's a brilliant connection right there. We'll also make sure to tie that in there, and make sure we do run a little bit something like that. At least that should maybe link us up to the train station. No idea if that'll actually work. What I would like to do is run yet another path straight down here. And we create that path over there, so that will allow these guys to go and work that facility. We'll make sure to link up a few of these. Now, of course, this guy needs to tie in there and over there. Tie these in on this side. We don't necessarily need to provide the pass-through, do we? I think we may. If we wanted these guys to connect all the way to the other side, this might not be the right way of doing it. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this back. We need a different philosophy. For this one, I may be okay with it just as is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run just do something like that. So we'll have multiple connections through here. I think it's the only way I can actually see this of being really effective. Interesting that we're kind of losing all of our trees here. Ironically. Yeah, I think that's about right. And then here, what we do is we can now tie in this way, that way. like that. This one could actually go directly like this. Lots of interesting path connections through here. Let's set up the hospital on this side. That should provide good access. Now, I'm going to go ahead, pay for all those road connections, and then we would like to get our construction underway straight away. So let's grab this construction team here. Are they building stuff? They're actually working on a factory connection somewhere. So let's assign a bunch of construction on this one side, to this one, and we'll assign a bunch of construction to the other one as well. So we'll get this construction underway. Now, how many? I've got full ambulances over here. So yeah, anyway, this will probably put some more pressure onto that specific area and facility. Excellent, but that is going. We are building. Let's have a look at our food provision over here. No, it's not too bad. We seem to be surviving in terms of our food provisions. A little slow going. I was always worried about this, especially if we're going to do big construction projects, because a lot of the construction material is being picked up over there. I could never get a connection to work over here, but I might rejig stuff to get that connection at some point in the future if it does become more of a problem. I've got a few parking lots over here that should be seeing some action. Yeah, we are slowly providing vehicles to this area, and so people can get their vehicles, do their stuff. We need one more. We need a little bit more of a road connection through here, I believe. So something like that. We'll go ahead and pay for that. Is there any other facilities here that they need access to? That's an orphanage that doesn't actually get any deliveries. So let's quickly make sure to add that orphanage to the mix. Happy to provide a better supply of that at a time. Yeah, so that orphanage needs a bit of stuff there. I think this is, out of food. Yeah, so we're waiting on a food delivery. So this guy is coming under increasing amounts of pressure. So we probably need to kind of supplement it with another one. This one will have its hands full. Yeah, now the question is, do we just go ahead and supplement with another? And probably then somewhere over here where it's pretty nearby too. Let's get that going. Let's get a distribution and another distribution office all sorted. Yeah, we'll go with the big one. I do like putting them fairly set back like this. Could we could certainly try and slot it in here. I think this will actually work. There we go. Another distribution office can get popped in over there. For that little section, we will get... Let's just get this construction office to start working on it as well. Nice, there we go. So that'll help us supplement some of our local deliveries. That's the plan with that distribution office. The buildings can be built much closer to infrastructure than they used to be able to. I mean, look, that's a really tight call there. All good. This is progressing, I believe. Question with some of these is, should we just throw in these guys to start helping out? Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Come on, guys, help out over there if you can. Okay, now we've got an autosave going. Almost ready, almost ready. Let's grab this guy and say, well, why don't you hop in there, and there to kind of help these guys out. I'd like to get that built pretty quickly. Do we still maintain? Yeah, no, we've run out of uranium ore over here. And over there as well. Where are my guys? Where are they? Would they have... Are we out of... Is this done? Oh, we're out of ore over here. That's what this whole project over here is for, to get more people up to the mines, so that we get more uranium ore to make its way this way. Here we've got a fair bit of nuclear fuel all ready to go, and I would like to set up a method of actually exporting that over here and supplementing our rubles a little bit. Our stuff is pretty good. Look at that tourism income. In terms of dollars, yeah, we've got very little. In terms of exports, we're selling our nuclear waste to them. That's why that is for. Over here, look at that. Our exports. Wow, our imports is a lot. Why is our imports that much? It might be... due to our construction of stuff, because I think that classifies as imports. Okay, that's looking pretty good over here. So let's quickly go over to Ultimagrad while those things build. Actually, before we do that, just want to send over an open hull truck. If I can find what we're doing. Should get an open hull truck somewhere. There's one parked over here. We'll move that one over. We'll have to get some more built. Shouldn't be a problem though. I just want to send it forward to this depot over here. Again, we've got some ambulance issues. We may have to end up building yet another hospital. We should have a number of ambulances available. No, we do not. Oh yeah, here are a few. We've got a couple of dumpers, but not the open hulls. So let's quickly assign some more open hulls to be built. I think that should do the trick. About 8 of them, yes. What I'm going to quickly do is just move these guys to this facility over here. Just try and manage our vehicle production line storage, and this is one of those things that I would love for them to automate, as I've said numerous times in the past. Then we've got our ambulances, so let's quickly grab these ambulances and just take them to whether we've got some hospitals available that still needs ambulances. I believe there are still a need for ambulances. Okay, and that's now... Didn't want that one. And this one. Okay, now let's quickly move on over. I believe we have ambulances missing at some of these facilities. So this is a new one. Yeah, absolutely. This hospital can do a number of additional ambulances. Okay, so with those, we've sent a few extras, so on to 3. I think another 3. Okay, so it's 3 and 3. So there's one open spot, and that's how I like to keep it, so we can bring in a helicopter. This guy is all good with ambulances. This guy is all good with ambulances over there. And this guy is in need of some more ambulances. So let's bring the rest of them in here. Excellent. All good. Okay, now that's good for now. Let's quickly head to Ultimagrad and have a look. We've got a pretty decently sized. We've got 200,000 people. We have no one without a flat, so there's still some housing stock available at the moment. and we've got a fair bit of unemployment, 23%, but it did take a little bit of a drop. All good with the education, higher and lower, I believe. 80-20 seems pretty good to me. And yeah, we've got a couple of tourists around, and we've got 21 plus studying at university, which I think is appropriate. I have no idea. But anyway, that's all good. Let's have a look. So these guys should have a fair bit of unemployment in this location. So if we grab the citizens thing, so what are we after? We're looking for unemployed individuals. People who did not go to work. Yeah, that's the one. Ooh. Okay, so let's have a look. There's a lot of unemployment over here, a fair bit over there, and you know what we can do to fix that? We can just up this number. This Ultima Grad Central Palace of Culture can have an enormous amount of people working here. So we'll just open that one up and get a lot more people to try and work in this facility. Okay, that's good. That's a good starting point. Is there anything else that we can do here? We've got the radio station going on. Buildings without power, my goodness. We've got that. Is there anything else that we can put a number of workers into? So if we look over here, the radio station, for instance. It's a smaller radio, that big one. The TV broadcasting. That can get a few people in there. Yeah, I'm not too sure whether there's really... These are low worker numbers, just overall. So I'm not too sure. We could maybe do hotels or anything like that. Any of these tourist facilities. What does these things do in terms of workers? You could do a Republic Theatre. That wouldn't be too bad in this location. Yeah, look at that. Let's squeeze one in here. Actually, let's flip it. Yeah, but if we flip it, actually, yeah, that's about right. If we do that, we'll just use the one. That's the access point we're after. Now let's get that road connected up here. Pay for the road as per usual. And what we'll also do is we'll get this little path. Get the path connected. Yeah, that should do the trick. Is this... oh, this isn't... we've got no fire trucks here. I need to bring in a fire truck. Definitely need to do that. Excellent. People are now getting to more places. So that will be built there. That's an extra piece of... well, culture, but also some working spots there. We do need probably more production facilities in this location if we want to maintain that. I'm going to bring through a couple of fire ladders or whatever they call it. I've moved them on over here. Just to make sure that that facility that we've built there is in fact effective. We'll bring in the 3. Make our way over back here. There we go, and there we go. So that should help us out a little bit. Excellent, that's good. I think that'll get constructed. Yes, that is in fact being constructed altogether. So again, we've got a fair bit of unemployment here. The numbers have dropped a little bit. but we can certainly do way more. What other buildings would actually get a fair bit of workers? I think the hospitals do about the most then, right? No, that's about 50. So where can I get like a building with 100 workers? I mean, with some kind of, I'm not a big fan of the office buildings that they offer. What is this? This is a zoo. But the zoo only has like 15. Down the Republic Theatre, this is the Museum of the Republic. These don't actually get any visitors though. It's more tourist stuff. There's hotels and stuff available. So we'll have to keep an eye on these. A lot of people over here. We should have a bus station. Yeah, we have a bus station, probably packed full of workers, nowhere to go. So if we do go ahead and do an extra resource facility, what's going on with these guys? They're missing crops. They are in fact missing crops. So yeah, crops continues to be an issue. Got all the workers we would like to have over here for this facility. So the question is really, what else can we commit to? These little pockets of industrial complexes works pretty well. Cannot export any more food. So we do need a food train to actually bring food across. Food and chemicals maybe. And are we out of... Now we have fuel available over here. Why is this guy out of fuel? It must mean that our facility nearby is out of fuel. It's because this runs out of fuel really quickly. We need probably an extra train to do that. I've already added that extra train. Having a quick look at our trains though, we would, if we wanted to move, we can move food back. Hang on, let's get a boxcar train going. Let's move this over. Come on. There we go. Now just move yourself over there so we can get a boxcar train going. And we'll quickly set that up for what we need to sort out. I'm thinking both chemicals and food maybe. Just do a point-to-point on chemicals and fuel. But way more... Oh, going over that way, huh? What's happening over here? We'll move this guy in here as well, so at least we've got our... Yeah, we've got them all sorted in the one location. Let's speed this up a little bit. This is costing us a little bit of time now. It's a cement train, I think. Wow, that was interesting. Yeah, they don't touch. No touching. Okay, now let's quickly do this. What was that? Collision of trains cannot pass. I think this might have happened. No. What is this? Yeah, okay, it's getting busy. That's by all means, but it is working. I don't know why we're saying there's a problem with this. This is just a little bit of a we wait when it's all busy. Quickly move back over here and quickly set up that train. And I think that's kind of going to be where we end the episode. Maybe set up one more train and then I think that will go from there. So that's... it's a 6 boxcar train. Yeah, then we've got another one ready to go. So let's just get that one up. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to start a new line. You're going to make your way all the way over here to Ultima Grad, where you're going to load up on, I think, 4 wagons of food in this location. You're going to load up on food here. Then you're going to make your way over here, where you're going to load up on chemicals. And then you're going to go back or go to Central and drop that all off. And you're heading off to Central, where you're going to unload everything you've got. There we go. And then you're just going to go back. I think that's the easiest way. Running point to point is going to be the easiest way. What we want to do, though, is in advanced setup, we want to make sure that we do the bulk food. The bulk of them will be food. 2, 3, 4 of food. The 5th one will be chemicals. And the 6th one will be chemicals yet again. So that's basically what it's going to be. So at least we bring in 40 tons of chemicals up here at a time. And let's go ahead and unlock that and just do this. So we have a look at the line. We'll rename that line as Ultima Food and Chem. I think that should be okay, fairly reasonable. We'll rename it that way, and we'll go ahead and make a start for you in Ultima Food and Chem. So hopefully we'll get more food here quickly. We're getting a pretty decent amount. What we are missing out on is chemicals. Yeah, chemicals should get here at a little bit of a quicker pace now too. We are definitely producing it. Let's quickly see what has been happening here with our construction. Not that I think there's been a lot of progress. Oh, actually, the road cargo station is built. The cargo facility is pretty close. These are slowly getting constructed over here. That's all good. This one is underway. We could probably do with another hospital in this location, I think. Well, it's pretty good, to be honest. It's pretty good, but it may be in our favor to do. Well, we've got multiple hospitals all over. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. But guys, I am going to call that episode over here. We are growing tremendously, over 202,000 people now. Hopefully we can push that up a little further. Do we have anybody living at home without a place to live? No, not yet. So we still have housing stock for everybody, and there's another 1,600 popping up over there. But we may not have sufficient to go to 250, so we may have to expand yet again to get even more housing ready to go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you want to see something specific, please leave it in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.